Hey guys, good to have you back today. It is going to be a crafty day today. I have a prototype on my desk. This is going to be a project that anybody can join in on. Yes, it's going to be very simple but very fun. In case you just stumbled upon my channel, my name is Margaret. I am from the Netherlands. That's why I have a lovely accent. And I sometimes say the complete wrong word. So I apologize for that. So happy that you can join us today. So let me show you the prototype and then let me show you the supplies that we need to make this very simple project. Prototype looks like an envelope. Actually, it isn't. If you open it up like so, there's no pocket here. You just flap it open and there's a journal spot in here. Or you can write a letter on here or do some more decorating, whatever you want. So it looks like an envelope, but it isn't. It is also made from one big book page. Yes. On the back, I did some lovely collaging. So you can have this, clip this in with a paper clip in your journal or have it in a pocket or, send it in Happy Mail. Whatever you want to do. For the closure, I have used these big circles. But you can also wind some woolly around it or do something else to close it up. It doesn't really need it. But, I thought it looked nice. So that's a prototype. I've also made two sort of prototypes from other book pages just to see how this will work out. This was a very small book page. I don't think this looks nice enough. I don't think so. You could have it in a small pocket, and this is like a sort of more regular book page, and this is actually made from this one. So all sizes of book pages make for different sizes of envelope journal spots. Okay, let me show you the supplies that we need to make these. Now for the bases alone, like these, you just need book pages and glue. That's it. That's all you need to make the bases. Now for decorating, you can use anything you want. However, if you want to have it as a journal spot, as I made it, you need a piece of paper that you can write on. And this could be basically anything. Coffee dyed paper, lined paper, grid paper, graph paper, whatever you want. Graph paper, you name it. Put something in that you can write on. Unless you're like, I want this to be a big happy collage or a photograph or postcard, whatever you want. I did some, of course, some inking. I did some stenciling. Yeah, and some fussy cuts and bits and bobs. So we need book pages. I am using these sort of vintagey old book pages that are very neutral, don't have any images on them. But if you don't have anything like this, you have I have the encyclopedia pages. You can make them from those. You can make them from any sort of paper you want. Even sort of scrapbooky paper if it's not the heavy kind. Make it from that. Make it from any paper you want. I made these with this paper. Let me give you a quick measurement. This is in inches, about 9.5 inches. 9.5 by 6. You could have it a little bit smaller, a little bit taller. I wouldn't recommend the very small ones. Where is the one that I made this one from? It was even smaller than this one. And this is 6 by 4.5. I wouldn't recommend it. Here's the one. See, it's a very small one, very thin one. I thought it might look nice, but in my opinion, it didn't. So regular book pages, that's what we need. Glue, I'm just using glue stick. You could use art glitter glue, but I'm just using glue stick. For decorating, I'm going to ink a little bit. I'm using tea dye and frayed burlap. You can have any color you want. I'm using corner rounder, maybe not an envelope itself. Now for the bits and bob, I'm using some scraps or just pieces I have lying about. I did some sort of organizing of my scraps this week and I found this whole pile of, this is actually part of a book with butterflies. So I'm using butterflies. And I also had a whole pile of scraps from my digital kits. I want to use that. And, some labels, postage stamps, bits and bobs. I did the stenciling. Not necessary at all. You can stamp, you can stencil. With this one, I bought 2 pieces from Old Made Awesome on Instagram. Yes, and I recently found out, yesterday, I found out what this is actually the negative of a machine that makes sequins. So all the little dots used to be are now sequins. So I used it as a template, as a stencil. Isn't that lovely? It's so simple. Sometimes something really simple can be really, really lovely. So book pages, paper you can write on, glue, maybe scissors, some inking. That's it. Get all your bits and bobs out, all your papers out. Let's make some. I think I'm going to use mostly these pages because I have like a whole book. Yes, I have lots of these. This is a vintage German book about law. I have no clue what it is. What I really like is that the owner of the book made some notes here and there. So it has some writing somewhere in it, and I really, really enjoy that. So yeah, I'm using this because I have mostly this. You can actually mass make these, you know, because they're really, really easy to make. How many are you doing? Well, I've ripped out 4. Let's see if we can do 4. Why not? And I'm going to have them all the same size. So yes, boring. I know, boring. But, you know, I just want to use up these book pages. Use up what you have, lovies. There you go. Get your book page. Yeah? Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to fold on the top. I'm going to use this side. I'm going to put the points together, not all the way. That'll make for a very big flap. I am just going to fold them in, let's say, if you're using this size of book page, like 2 inches. Fold them in for 2 inches, both of them. Preferably straight. That'd be nice, love. I'm just following this line of text to put my measuring down. Yes, like so. This doesn't look anything like this flap, does it now? No. So what I'm going to do, and I'm doing this for 2 reasons. Because I want to make the flap a little bit nicer, and I want to make the flap a little bit sturdier. So I am folding this in all the way to the end of these sort of triangles. See? These are the triangles. And I want to fold this in all the way to the end. Like so. So now we made sort of a flap. We need some glue. It's so simple, guys. So first, you put a little bit of glue on these triangle flappies. Here's one. Here's the other one. Yes. Glue down. I forgot a little bit of glue here. There you go. Glue them down. And then you put glue on the top part here. Fold it in like so. Ta-da! See that? Now what I do is I just fold this over, and I want to leave a little bit of a straight line, a straight edge here. Yes, so I'm not folding it over at this point, but a little bit further, like 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit bigger, you know, just as long as you want it. See, just a little bit longer. Yeah, and then I fold this whole bit up on the bottom to the top, to the line where we folded. If this was a normal envelope, I wouldn't fold it all the way over there, because then it would be hard to put stuff in. You had to make a notch and such. But in this case, we're just gonna fold it up like so. Et voila! Yes, we have like the envelope thingy. See? Great. Now I want to put a piece of paper in that we can write on. Let me take my scraps out with a writable piece of paper. Yes, I did some organizing this week. And I have lots. Oh, I'm going to use the first one. It is a little bit too wide for me, but it's interesting. It's like something someone at the office would use, like this and this person called, and this is their address, and it's about this and that. Does it make any sense? I'm sorry. It's a telephone note. I'm sorry. Words today. Yeah. is actually a little bit too wide. Don't. Love, it is going to be okay. It's going to be on the inside. It is too tall as well, so I need to sort of straighten it. You can take out your scissors. I'm just going to take out my ruler. I have a gazillion of these. I need to coffee dye them. I know, but I do not enjoy coffee dyeing. I love the end result, but I do not like the process. Yeah. Some people like it. Oh yeah, let's do some coffee dyeing. Okay. Oh, let's not. Oh, it's a little bit see-through. That is nice. Yeah, I like that. So, an interesting piece, just, you know, to write a note on or what have you. Yeah, I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit because I do not want any folds in these. And then I'm gonna fold it up again. So let it dry, fold it up. There's no wrinkles in here, so it's quite all right. I do not like the white. I just don't. So I'm gonna make another one. I am sorry, guys. It's keeping me up at night. Let's do another one. We can do that because I wanted to show you another one anyway. So I'm gonna fold it in about 2 inches. Don't have the flap too long, otherwise the part that you will be able to write on will be shorter. It will look funny. So take into account how long your page is. Yeah. It's this line. So we're making 2 triangles again. Here and here. Yeah. And then we're folding this again all the way to the end, the edge of these triangles. Like so. It's so easy, guys. Yeah. I'm very sorry if you're struggling with this and I keep saying it's so easy. Be like, no, it's not. There you go. Flappy number 1, flappy number 2. There you go. And then we're gonna do some over here. Now I've taken out some pieces of paper that are not that wide. Yeah, so especially love this one. Yes, this actually came from a modern notebook. This is not vintage at all. And I've used almost all the papers in here. So I'm on the lookout for another one. See that? First I'm gonna fold this up. You're first gonna fold this up, love. Yeah, there you go. I want to leave like 1/2 inch. When you sort of measure this, keep in mind that this bit is long enough. So don't have the flap longer than the bit on the bottom. Does that make any sense? Hopefully it does. Otherwise, in my opinion, it looks weird. See? Now this bit is a little bit longer than the flap. I think that looks more pleasing to the eye. Do I still have the ones that I made? Yes, that's why I didn't like this one, because the flap was basically a little bit longer than the lower part. That's why I don't like it. That's why I don't like it. This one is actually okay. But I really prefer this paper. I actually really like this paper to make this. So there you go. Gluing this in again. And also, you don't have to ink this. It's already a nice color. This happened to be lined paper, but you can also do this with normal craft colored paper, cardstocky, whatever. Don't have the paper too heavy, because otherwise the folding will look odd. And there you go. Ooh, that's, you know, ooh. I needed to stick it down a little bit higher. I didn't, but that's okay. It just managed to stay inside of the envelope. Again, letting it dry. While I'm letting it dry, I am going to do another one. Let's mass make this. Yeah. Fun to do. go, following this line. Very handy to have paper that has like text on it, because you can follow the line of the text to do the measuring. There's actually no real measuring involved in this project. Bit of glue here. And a bit of glue there. How easy is this? Very easy. Another piece of paper with lines on it. Again, this is way too big. Making scraps out of scraps. Isn't that what we all do? I will ink this. Yes. Why not? I'm using a tea dye for this because I do not want this to be very, very dark. I just want it to stand out against the background a little bit. There you go. You could also, this was sort of cut or torn with a normal ruler, but you can also sort of rip it with your tearing ruler or your deckled edge trimmer to have it a little bit sort of rougher. That'll be also nice, yeah. Let's put some glue on. Glue, 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 glue everywhere. I'm gonna start at the bottom, not making the same mistake. And there you go. Fantastic. I believe this is dry enough, the first one. Oh, actually, this is not the first one, love. It's the second one. Yeah, so I'm folding it up again all the way to this top. See, doesn't wrinkle at all. Fantastic. I'm going to ink all around this one. I've made 3 in total, inked all around them. Was this the last one? Yes, with the sort of grid paper. It did wrinkle a little bit, but you know, it adds character. That's, you know, what I keep saying to myself. Yes, I woke up this morning, I looked in the bathroom mirror, and there was something on my face that wasn't there last night. Yes, it was a wrinkle. So, welcome to my face. I hope you enjoy. Do not invite your friends. So let's do some decorating. You can decorate this with anything, guys. Anything at all. I mean, you know, I'm going to do butterflies. I hardly ever do butterflies, but you can do flowers, fairies, lizards, dragons, what have you. I want to use some of these sort of scraps that I have from my digital kits. I believe this is vintage French ephemera. Something like this. These are all available on my Ko-fi. I just like all the bits and bobs on here. So I'm just going to use some bits and bobs. I'm going to use tearing ruler. These are all printed on a little bit heavier cardstock. So I don't know if my tearing ruler will like this paper, but you could also use a deckled edge trimmer. I could, but I don't want to. No, it'll be okay. You can have straight edges. Of course you can. What I first am going to do is decorate the backs of these. Just have, you know, some pieces on there that you really like. Take out your scraps or what have you. Make a little collage. Am I inking them? Oh. I probably am, because my tearing ruler is making a mess of this. It's not a tearing ruler, it's actually the paper. The paper is not really meant for tearing. But hey, I'm using the frayed burlap again. Frayed burlap, I mean, well, that's the color, apparently. Is the color of frayed burlap any different than non-frayed burlap? That is a question that keeps me up at night. We need to ask Mr. Holt. So, do you also have a color that's like regular burlap? It's hard to come up with names for stuff. Really, it is. I can imagine. I have only done like 5 or 6 digital kits, and I'm like, okay, I need to make a name. It needs to have a name. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I don't know. So yeah, it's difficult. It is too tall, so I'm gonna have it on its side. That's okay. It'll be fine. Let's have a glue page. There you go. This actually isn't really bad paper. Of the whole bunch, this design was the least ugly. Putting some random pieces on. Well, not really random. Do you know Rachel from Roxy Creations? I love her, and her style of collaging is completely different to mine, because she really randomly just rips out a piece, and I'm like, okay, needs to have number here, and it needs to, this goes here, and then this goes, and she's like, oh, piece of blue, rip, then, and then done. Fantastic. This color goes really, really well with this envelope. Isn't that fantastic? It's a furry butterfly moth thingy. Yeah. It's just doesn't need a label. Needs a label. For this I am using labels from, because I love the colors on these, from Michelle's fall bounty kits from the Junkjournal studio. If you haven't visited her Etsy shop, you should, because it's fantastic. It is fantastic. Oh yes, it's so gorgeous. Yes, so I'm almost making a fall ephemera piece. Well, technically it is still fall. However, in the Netherlands, we don't have really, really cold winters. But I believe it's going to be a cold one, because we're already having, it's already freezing outside, and we're already having a sort of, not really snow in some parts of the Netherlands maybe, but you know, the whole world looks white in the morning, because everything is sort of frozen. It's -4 degrees at the moment. Celsius, guys, Celsius. I have no clue how much that is in Fahrenheit. Completely different, I can tell you that, but just below freezing. Ooh, I love this one. Love it. Cute, right? Yeah, let's do another one. I'm just gonna do the backs first. I just decided. What else do I have? This one. I want more brownish, reddish, orangey pieces. I'm sorry, I was just looking. Oh yeah, that looks okay. That looks okay. This is actually a French doctor's note. Yes. Or pharmacy receipt, I don't know. It's French, it's old. Did it have a date? 1952. 1952. Telephone number 47. Just, you know, because there weren't that many telephones, I guess, in that time. Well, it's way too big. What you doing? Well, that's okay. You just rip it a little bit shorter. There you go. See, now I ripped it the completely wrong way. That's okay, because we're gonna ink it. So I'm gonna have this on here. What else? I have those sort of postage stamp thingies. Am I going to rip them? Well, apparently I am. Apparently I am going to rip them. I just need the one. Lots of white on here, but that's why we have ink, love. Some ink. I need to have a sort of big label on here, like this one. Yeah, and another big butterfly. Yes. Was I in frame at all? Hopefully I am. Oh, it's been one of those days, guys. I've not been sleeping so well ever since, you know. So I just have a few hours of sleep every day. And I'd love to have 8, but yeah, that's not the case. It's about 5 at the moment. And I do have to translate all the time in my head. And sometimes when you're tired and other words come out, or it takes a little bit longer to translate. So if you're like, what's up with her? I'm sorry. The translation button today is sort of off. A friend of mine watched my videos, just a normal friend, in regular life, you know. And she says, well, you say a lot of times, I know. Why you do that? Because means translate in my head. There you go. Does this need inking? Did I already do the inking? I can't remember. Oh, it's lovely. I love these. So there you go. One more to go, and then we're going to do some stenciling and some decorating on the front. Another piece of paper, please. I think I want to use this one. Again, this is French from 1919 up until 1920. It is something. I don't even know what it's about, but looks cool. I have the originals of these. Not ever gonna use those. Well, maybe perhaps one day I'll use them, but it's so much nicer to have them as in a digital form, because you can use them again and again then. So that's why I love them. Piece number 1. Piece number 2. Ooh, shall we have 2 butterflies? I only have the smaller ones left. Yeah, and then a strip of something. Ooh, shall we do Rotterdam? Or I have longer strips. Also have these. These also came. Oh yes, the lower one. I'm going to use scissors for this, guys, because ripping this will be a nightmare. There you go. Lots of white, so lots of inking. Yeah. So this is going to be on the bottom somewhere, I guess. And then with the butterflies. Switching it up. Because I want this number, but I also want these numbers. And I also want this. Let's see, here, here, and here. And then here and here. Yeah? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna do this one first. Used up a glue stick. Yay. Why did you say yay? You know, I need to get a new one. Yeah, well, you know. There you go. This is German. Very appropriate on German paper. So there, and now I have this one. Did I ink this one? Just in case I didn't, I have now. There you go. And then the cute little butterflies. No clue where I put them, but I'm gonna put them here and here. I'm not gonna put them on the date because I love the date. There you go. Fantastic. Now, we need to make, I'm sorry, a closure and do a little bit of decorating on the front and some stenciling. For the closure, I am going to use circles because I enjoy them a lot. And I have these sort of circle labels in the kit in a couple of different sizes. And also had this. This was like a stamp of a seal. I don't know. So I am taking out some circle punches because this happens to be the exact sort of size for this one. There you go. We need 3, right? Yeah. And then I'm gonna use this one, also the exact size. Complete coincidence, but when I made the digitals I was not like, it needs to fit my punch. Well, I'm happy it did. Just in case you don't have the digitals and we're like, well, I have a circle punch. Punch anything out like this. Looks awesome, right? I think so. So yeah, just anything. And if you don't have a circle punch, you can draw a circle or have a square or whatever shape you want. Doesn't need to be circles. I just like them. These are printed on cardstock. I believe this is 180 grams, maybe even a little bit heavier. I think it's 180. Don't make these from copy paper because they will not be sturdy enough to hold the envelope. So have these from scrapbook paper, or if you're going to use digitals, a little bit heavier paper. So it doesn't really matter which one goes where. It just matters that it goes on there. So now for gluing them on, you just need to glue the lower part of this. So put glue on half of it. Now what I'm going to do, you can do this with glue stick, but you need to let it dry really, really well. I'm going to use art glitter glue because that glues a lot faster. It's the only reason why I'm doing this, and it's really, really sturdy glue. It's good. It's just good glue. Did I put it on right? I hope so. Do not put the part that is glued on both sides, of course, but on both parts, because then you glued it shut. It just needs sort of half of it, or 1/3 even. There you go. It says pharmacy. Does the other part say pharmacy as well? No, it's the wrong one. I ripped it. That's okay. Character, love, character. I'm just gonna ink the rip here. That's okay. It's because these are very old book pages. You need to be carefuler. More careful, love, carefuler. That is not a word, actually. There you go. Great, we made closures. Now before I'm going to do the tiny sort of decorating on them, I want to do some stenciling. I'm using this as my stencil. Take out any stencil you have, guys. Just, you know, what have you. Or if you don't have a stencil, then stamps or something that you can make a pattern with. I'm going to use frayed burlap. Yeah, it was so funny to see. I got 2 comments of you guys telling me, yeah, these actually were made for the sequence thingies. I was like, really? Oh, it's so lovely. It's so lovely. I don't even know if Sandra knows this, who sold them to me. I don't think she did. I'm gonna tell her. Oh, it's so lovely, isn't it? Yes, I like it as much as my dotted sort of stamp from Tiny Toadstools from Tim Holtz. You know, the one that he loves as well. And I think you can make sort of patterns with these. Because I have two. Look, I don't know if you can see it. If you sort of line them up, you can make flowers. Shall we do that on this one? I don't know. I'm gonna sort of do it on here. See if that works. If this will create a different pattern. Oh yes, look at that. That's amazing, right? Yeah, well, that's what Tim Holtz keeps telling us. Just, you know, line them up, do this and do that. That's why he keeps making these sort of silly... I cannot find the right angle now. I'll do it like so. I'm just going to try it. Oh, yeah, it looks so cool. It looks so cool. What am I doing? I'm going to do this and then twist it a little bit around and everything will work itself out. Yeah, it's cute. So the dots made flowers. Yeah, I'm going to do that as well on the other side. Oh, let's see. Yeah, sort of like so. And another one on the top. I'm lining up two circles and then I'm sort of twisting it around so it makes the shape of a flower, of a flowery sort of thing. It doesn't need to be perfect, guys, because it's background stenciling. Yeah, it does need a little bit over here. I'm just gonna go for normal dots here. Ta-da! Love them, love them, love them. Did I do all the fronts as well? No, not this one. I forgot this one. These are just normal dots, right? Yeah. Normal dots here and normal dots here. Done. Well, not really. I really want to do some decorating on the front as well. So for the decorating of these fronts or backs, whatever you want to call it, on the prototype I did a label and a postage stamp and I put in sort of a Tim Holtzy word. I cannot use these because they confuse me. They confuse me because it's like, is this word sort of relevant to what I'm doing? Also, do I like the font? The sticker that it is sort of printed on is crooked. I cannot really ink it. That's why I never use them. I have a whole bunch of them, but I never use them. But I have a problem with sentiments anyway. So I have two butterflies left. So I think I want to use butterflies on these ones. I'm going to use a postage stamp probably on this one because it already has a postage stamp. And then, you know, labels. Smaller ones. I think this will look lovely because it's both brown, darker brown. Yeah, so I'm going to use that. It's going to be very simple. If you don't have Michelle's kit and you have my kit, I also have in my kit a couple of sort of these sort of labels that you can use. Yeah, for this. I just happen to have this lying about and I love them. Do you love them more than your own labels? I'm not saying. But, you know, I wish I could make them like this. Still trying to figure out how to do that. Because I love them and I really would like to make them myself. I need to go figure out how that works. With a butterfly. There you go. That is enough. Now, this is a nice red orangey kind of butterfly. What do we have for that? Hotel Yellowstone. That's a little bit too big. I'm gonna go for this one. Yes, this one I already rounded the corners, I see. Yeah. I don't know what it is. If there's like the middle part has rounded corners, I want the outer part to have rounded corners. Same as with these ones. I would prefer these, where are my scissors, to look like this. See, to me, that looks better than this. But hey, it does, you know. If you've been following me, you know by now, I'm a little bit, you know, woohoo, cuckoo, out there. Why am I inking this? You should be inking this. Okay, so I'm going to have this over here with the butterfly. I'm going to flip it around. There's more orange on there. Yeah? Glue page. There you go. And then the lovely butterfly, who also came from a German book, so very appropriate. Appropriate. Yes. Fantastic pronunciation today, love. Yes, so these are done. This one's done. This was the prototype, which actually is really, really nice. And then I need something on here. Let's first sort of find a postage stamp. Do you want to do a similar color? I think so. So, ooh, that's a big one. And then with a small label, just a tiny one. Or in this more sort of burgundy color. It's almost the same. Do we mind? No. Is this a German poster? No, it's from Belgium. It's a very international envelope. It has German on here. This is Dutch. This is from Belgium. Probably French on the front, of course, because I've used my French ephemera. Shall we check? French, German, German, Dutch, Belgium. Yeah. Loads and loads. Will it still fit? Of course it will, lovely. There you go. And then the postage stamp. This didn't happen by accident. This sort of, I have my postage stamps in a box. Let me show you. Let me show you. This is in my drawer. Yeah. I have postage stamps according to color. And then I have labels on color and cigar bands, some stickers, some more labels, some tickets. Yeah. Bits and bobs. A whole drawer. The box that it came in is supposed to be on a wall. In the Netherlands called a letterbox. It's used to store letters in for a printer. Like the metal letters you use for printing books. Hopefully my explanation was okay. I think, guys, we are done. I think we are. And I think I'm really happy with the end result. Let's go check it. Here they are. Love them. Of course you do. This was the prototype. It stands out a little bit because I've used a vintage bright pink apothecary label on here. I did that because there was a little bit of pink in here, a little bit of pink in here. So yeah, that's why it's sort of different to the other ones. The other ones, however, are fantastic. Love it. With big butterflies. And then this is the other side. I'm going to show you one of the insides. This one, see? Writable paper. You can decorate this any sort of style that you want. And then this one, I just love it. I love the stenciling. It did make flowers. Yeah, and then different shapes of flowers even. And the last one. Yeah, really, really cute. Really cute. I hope you enjoyed making them, guys. They are very, very easy to do. Decorate them in any style you want. Make them from any paper you want. For the papers that I've used sort of vintage Bookpage. in a German font that I really, really like. And then for the digitals, I've used 2 kits. I've used Michelle's Fall Bounty kit. She's from the Junkjournal studio. I will link her Etsy shop below. I will not link this kit because have a look at all her kits because that's wonderful. And then my kit that is on here is the European vintage ephemera kit, which is not available on Etsy because I don't have Etsy, but I have a Ko-fi where you can get it. Now, guys, I can imagine because it is December, it's a very expensive month. You'll be like, I'm not gonna buy yet another kit. That's okay. I can totally understand. However, on my Ko-fi website, I also have freebies, lots of freebies that are sort of similar to these that you can also print out and use. Yeah, so go do that and have a play. Not only do I have freebies, Michelle also has freebies. They are not on her Etsy, they are on her Facebook group. However, I don't know, every time I link that one, it just, goes wrong. So go look that up for yourself. Guys, that's it for today. Hope you liked the project. I'll be back again tomorrow with a crafty project again. Let me tell you a little bit about it in advance. So for tomorrow's project, I made a couple of promises. I promised one more Christmas project. I've promised to make menu cards from old Christmas cards. And I've promised to make another style of Christmas cards similar to the ones that I made last week. These ones, yes, I'm going to make something similar to this. So I need to put these 2 projects into one project. So hopefully that'll work out tomorrow. And that'll be my last Christmas project. Because I think, guys, by now you should have all your Christmas journals ready. Your cards have been sent out. And, I'm a little bit late to the party, I guess, doing Christmas projects. And I'm also a little bit done. Yes, I know. Let Christmas come. Let's just enjoy it and then move on and do something else already. So yeah, hopefully you can join me tomorrow. I hope you will because, the idea for the Christmas cards and the menu cards you can do for next year. No problem at all. No. Perfect. Thank you for hanging out with me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and could craft along. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Or, just to say hi. Please, if you will, give the video a thumbs up. That helps a lot. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. How to subscribe? Underneath the video, there's the title of the video and my name. And next to it will be a button that says subscribe. If it says subscribed, you're already subscribed. Don't push it because then you'll unsubscribe. And we don't want that. No, of course not. And if you're there, there's a little sort of bell next to it. Yes, that's not a Christmassy thing. That's a notification bell. If you click on that, every time I post a new video, you will get a notification on your telephone, on your iPad, or wherever you watch this. So that'll help out a lot as well. So that's a lot of information. Yes. End of this announcement. Thank you. See you all tomorrow, guys. Bye.